Greg.
And I'm Billy.
And we're the Fuji Guys.
Yes.
Hey, Billy's going to give you a first look at our W3 Real 3D digital camera. This is the latest technology from Fujifilm and the first of its kind in the world. We had our first version, the W1, before. This one has some new advanced features that Billy's going to tell you about as he takes you through all the sides of this camera and shows you what it's got.
Thank you, Greg. First thing we want to take a look at is it's actually a lot more compact than the previous models of a 3D camera, and a lot more lighter, and also looks more like a digital camera in terms of different cameras that we offered in our lineup in terms of control. So I'll take you a quick look through the camera. Of course, if we take a look at the front, you notice there's a sliding cover, and we slide that down. The lights turn blue, and now it shows the two different dual lenses that are on this camera, and it uses dual lenses to give you the 3D effect.
That's why we call it Real 3D.
That's correct.
There's a few other people that are trying tricks calling them 3D, but you can't really get the real 3D effect unless you're shooting stereoscopic. And
just like your eyes, the distance between the lenses is very similar to that of how your eyes are positioned as well. So it does give you that how the eyes see it, and that's what we want to do with this 3D camera. It offers 3D movies as well in stereo sound. So there's two microphones on the front of the camera. There's also a little flash right there in the front. So that's a quick look at the front. If we take a look out now at the sides, one of the sides are of course blank, but the other interesting side is where the strap is attached to, so that you don't drop the camera, of course. And if we open up this little cover, there's actually a mini HDMI connector that allows you to connect to a 3D ready television. So you can actually play 3D images off of this camera directly to one of these 3D ready TV.
But I can also play my 2D images in HD to that TV using that port as well, right?
And also 3D videos as well. So everything that you can do in 3D, you can also do in 2D as well.
Okay.
There's also a USB port on the side of that for you to download images to the computer. Okay. Now if we take a look at the bottom of the camera, we have the speakers, we have the tripod mount, and of course we have the battery cover. And we open that up, it reveals two things, of course. The MP50 rechargeable battery that's included with the camera, and also the memory card slot, which of course it uses an SD card. And we highly recommend you use a Class 4 SD card in order for you to record high definition video. Otherwise, it may stop because it doesn't have that fast write time. So I'm going to put that back in, and the cover's back into the camera. Let's take a look at the top of the camera first. We have the shutter release button, we have the zoom controls, so wide angle telephoto, and then we have a parallax control, which, if you're taking very close-up shots and you find that the image don't look as 3D as they should be in terms of being aligned correctly, you can use these to manually adjust that. But of course, Greg, the camera does an awesome job with its auto parallax control, so you don't really have to play around.
Yeah, we're going to have other videos that are going to tell you a lot of tips on how to shoot 3D photography, so a whole discussion on parallax and how to use the overrides of the camera will be covered in that video. But safe to say, shooting in 3D has a lot of its own rules, if you want to call them that. And again, we're going to go through that in a future video, so come back and watch that one if you're interested in using this camera.
That's good, Greg. So, of course, the big thing about this camera is that not only does it shoot 3D, but with this 3.5-inch widescreen high-res LCD, you can see 3D off of the camera without any glasses.
It's amazing.
Which is amazing, and you have to sort of see it in person to see how good the screen is compared to even our first generation of 3D. And I thought the first one was pretty amazing in itself, but to see this one sort of bounce out at you, it's very vibrant in terms of the colors on the LCD, and as well this what we call less crosstalk, and that's the flickering type of effect that you find that can make you very dizzy. This is completely improved, and it's just, again, it's a wow thing when you take a look on the screen of that. So that's just a quick look at the images there. And of course, if we take a look at the back of the camera, you got the screen, of course, you got the command dial that allows you to change the different modes. You have things like the program, aperture and full manual controls. There's also scene position mode.
So you really get a lot of the same controls that you get on a regular camera with this 3D camera.
Pretty much. And of course, there's also some advanced 3D features as well that you can do special things to take maybe close-up shots that give you a greater depth of 3D on the camera. There's a video button that switches between the movie mode and, of course, picture taking mode. You have the playback mode button. You also have the dials, like in any of our Fuji cameras, that allow you to navigate the menu screens going up, down, left, right. They also act as extra buttons to control the flash, self-timer, macro function, and even a quick delete option. Now, one thing interesting about this camera, too, is that, we talk about it being 3D, but it also shoots in 2D as well.
Of course.
It acts like any regular digital camera. So you can jump between the two different options by pushing the 3D button on the back of the camera. So you can see 3D, and if I push that, it becomes 2D. But of course, if you shoot in 3D all the time, it automatically saves the files as 2D files as well.
Yeah, it's great because you might want to make a print or something like that, or a normal 2D print of a great picture that you captured in 3D. So you always have that option of it saves a 2D JPEG as well. That's
perfect, Greg. So that's just a quick look at the camera in terms of its control-wise, Greg. Again, it's an awesome technology piece
for us. It really is. You have to see it, as Billy said a couple times already, because you can't see the 3D effect on our Fuji Guys videos. Billy, I'm just going to tell them quickly about a couple of accessories as well. Because the camera is kind of an odd shape, we do have a custom case that's sold separately. Beautiful leather case for about $30. And this HD 3D card reader is something that can plug in directly to your TV. You can leave it plugged into your TV via HDMI cable. And by simply inserting the card into this player and using this remote control, you have basically, it's kind of like a little mini VCR for your 3D pictures and HD images, if you will. So again, both these items are sold separately. But they do make nice companion accessories to this camera. So come back to learn about the advanced features on this amazing 3D camera. Until then, I'm Greg.
And I'm Billy.
And we're the Fuji Guys.
Fuji Guys.